Hi, this is Tom from Volpe Woodwork. Something a little different this time. It's not my usual video. It's related, but it's exactly not how to use veneer, but it's concerning veneer making and especially box making. If you are new to my channel, thanks you for stopping by and tuning in. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much and hanging out again with me. If you are familiar with my all my other videos, there's a theme in them. Working with veneer in some form or fashion, or I'm displaying a particular veneer or highlighting a particular veneer that I've recently sold to a customer and such. And I express my opinion on whether a novice veneer user would be successful or have a good time or an easy time working with it and such. But that's pretty much the bulk of my veneer or my YouTube channel videos. But taking a little break from that and showing off something that is related to what I like to do, and again, it's making my boxes. And here I'll break it down for you. I'm going to reverse the camera. If you have seen my videos in the past, they are pretty much how to assemble or make these boxes. Essentially, there's a 5-part video series on my YouTube channel right now that makes this box. You've probably seen these used in other videos as far as trying to learn how or teach something basic about those. But again, these are, you can see there's a common theme. I use a decorative veneer or something visually for the main visual interest in a box, an accent strip, and a nice veneer on the outside that complements the colors and such. So I really strive for the aesthetics in the process of manufacturing or making one of these boxes. I just find making boxes as a therapeutic for me. I just enjoy the heck out of making them and such. I have two particular styles. You can see here one with the lid itself is flush to the top, and another where the lid is actually recessed for about 1/4 inch. But it's pretty much they're basically just constructed the same way. And I've done that for almost 30 years doing it this way. And it's not boring, but I thought, can I make this a little more simple or simplify the process and make it work a little smarter? So that's what I came up with. This is my Work Smarter workstation, and I'll explain. My boxes are typically covered or made of 1/2 inch plywood, maybe 3/8 inch plywood. That's pretty much my standard size, because I think the 1/2 inch to 3/8 is actually perfectly sized for the appropriate size for the scale of the box wall and such. So 1/2 inch and 3/8 inch plywood, and then for the lid, I just use something around the 1/8 inch, maybe 3/16. The plywood itself, though, gets covered with the veneers, and I selected, go ahead, I showed you in previous videos how I select a veneer. In this case, I got a nice decorative walnut burl. For accent, I'm going to use some really nice tight-grained curly maple, and then for the basic base box, this is some quarter sawn walnut. In the whole process of manufacturing or making these boxes, essentially it's laminating a veneer to the substrate, in this case the box itself, the walls of the box. Now, to make this simplified, I would actually just take my adhesive, Type Bond 2, use a brayer, roll out a nice thin film of the adhesive, position my veneer over top of the wet adhesive, take a platen with top platen with some protection on it to keep the glue sticking together. And what's said, this is the work smart, not hard. I already have pre-positioned spaces where pre-positioned clamps that I know exactly where in the process of manufacturing these or putting these together that I don't have to go around trying to fight and know where to put the clamps and such. I already have enough experience with this, and I just know that 4 to 6 inches in spacing will allow me to get a nice flat veneer panel. Keep it under clamping pressure for 60 minutes, 90 minutes. Overnight is preferable. Well, that's going. I work on a different section of the box, and it's actually, well, that's cooking off. You can actually do something else. The other process I would use is that main visual interest piece of veneer, this piece of burl. I would use have my lid, and there's another clamping station. It works pretty straightforward. I have a bottom platen, I'm sorry, a top platen, the lid itself, my burl, in this case my visual interest piece, but instead of using a Titebond product for the adhesive, I like to use a two-part epoxy. It burls just because of their nature. There's a really tight swirly grain. I found that the Titebond, it's an excellent adhesive, but the epoxy dries rigid, whereas the Titebond is always, it dries or cures in a plastic state. I just find that I get a better result with the epoxy. So it mixes enough for a layout, a surface area for the box itself, or the lid itself, cover it up the lid, and then I have pre-positioned clamps already, and I know where they go. Don't have to figure out where they're going, because 5-minute epoxy, 5 minutes is 5 minutes, and well, that's cooking off. I got the sides going at the same time. Now, historically, I've used these furniture or corner clamps. They do an adequate job and such, but they're a little fussy at times. Sometimes when you go to tighten up, that joint just opens up a little bit. It doesn't lie flat. So I'm trying to, again, work a little smarter on this. So I'm trying to get around to avoiding using these. And I've come up with a very accurate 90-degree clamping station. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. I have to cut the corner off so that any glue squeeze out is not going to glue this together. But essentially, I have my veneer side that's cut the length that I got out of that from the previous layup. I would use Titebond as my adhesive, put a bead on the corner, and then using my pre-positioned clamps, that'll ensure that I get a nice tight joint. I like to use these to do yourself a favor. Get some 1, 2, 3 blocks. I got these from Harbor Freight. They're fairly inexpensive. They come in different sizes, but they really improve your joinery. When you know you got a nice tight fit, a corner on there, you got a 90 degree, you got a 90 degree. That's what I enjoy about those blocks. So, well, that's cooking off. You got that drying. That's cooking off. When you can do something else, if you have another one of these in progress and such, but 5-minute epoxy, 5 minutes. If you find anything in this video useful, please consider hitting that like button. And if you have any things you need some more edification on, please comment down below. I'd be happy to advise. And if you found anything useful, hit that like button and possibly consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much.